out as unlisted, which 13 just did.
Yeah, but I'm blaming it on XSplit.
Google freaking hates me for that, and I know that was during the Paul C. Hartley interview. Well, not really interview, just more Paul C. Hartley show, which we sort of treated like an interview. And I honestly thought that I did a lot better on that one than I usually do. And Nadia was pretty good actually with the help, so I'm kind of happy with her.
Just for reference, if you're going to screen share the Hangout, close the chat.
What?
If you're going to screen share the Hangout, close the chat.
Okay.
There's nothing up there now, but just for future reference.
Yeah, we have nobody viewing at this point anyway. I think I pissed everyone off.
But that's a good point, though.
Finally, we're alone.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, well, why do I have Prudent up there? I don't want Prudent up there. Prudent's annoying.
Annoying.
We're going to Alice.
Prudent's annoying, huh? Really?
Oh, you're screen sharing. What the hell?
I told him if you're going to screen share it, close the fucking Hangout chat.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just not going to put them up there. There we go.
Is that better? Is that better?
We'll just put the interesting ones up there, and then I'll just add another lower for the rest of it.
You may want to give me a countdown for this launch. I think I'm ready to go.
There we go.
I'm just trying to get people involved. Come on now.
80, 70, 40, 30, hike.
Launch. Oh no, I did something wrong.
69.
Oh, I did something wrong.
13, 37.
I just want to see it explode, that's all.
Oh.
No!
Oh.
Forgot to turn on.
You don't have any faith in him? Well, you are faithless.
No, yes, and he's a Grolicsy, whatever that is.
Oh, I forgot.
Grolix is cartoon cursing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Suddenly it does.
Especially with the brain, the lightning bolt, and the skull, and the exclamation mark, I can take that as being some kind of strange cartoon curse, most definitely.
Yeah, precisely. I didn't want to say just cursing. I don't know why. But had I known it would be such a tongue twister for so many people to say Grolixes, I probably would have chosen something else.
Okay, now there's the actual... Oh, sorry, wrong link. Again, damn it. Hang on. Ah! I'm telling you, I'm losing my mind. I'm absolutely losing my fucking marbles.
13.
Did you post your porn link accidentally?
Yeah. Sorry, stop looking at my penis.
Wait, what? What?
It's a joke. It's a joke. I can't post a picture of what
Quick,
I don't
have. Everyone look at Prudent's bookmark bar. Prudent, open up your browser history.
Damn it.
Bro,
That was...
Damn it.
Well, today, in this
That was
installment
very
of Insomnia Shuffle, we're being losers sitting around playing video games. Bite me.
Bite me a good game? How much is it?
Actually, I think it's currently on sale on Steam for the bargain price of who gives a fuck.
Not bad.
Called Steam, noob.
Yes. Whatever.
That was the joke.
Oh, hang on. Go add another screen region just for giggles. There we go. Dum, just to be completely fucking obnoxious because I can. Let's put a little talkie bar there. For no fucking reason whatsoever. And the amount of your screen that's being shown is kind of amusing to me, but that's alright. Of course, when you talk, your screen goes blank, which is a little problematic if I were to try to do things this way, but... And one more screen region and I'm done.
almost forgot to put landing gear on my lander.
That sometimes helps, I understand.
Can
Of course, that might just be a vicious rumor. I'm really not sure.
I can land without them, but you won't take it back off.
Oh, so I was still hoping for explosions.
Oh, sorry. I can crash on purpose for you here. Hold on.
Well, if it's on purpose, it's not as satisfying, though.
Oh, man. Okay.
He wants to see you fail.
All right. If that's the case, I won't use my autopilot, and I'll attempt to do this launch manual. How about that? But to do that, I must take a leak.
Ah. I didn't know that you piss in the gas tank to make your rockets go.
Biofuel of the future.
Future fuel, yes. Wait a minute, let me... stop that. My screen is a fucking mess. There we go. Get rid of that sidebar. I don't want the sidebar. No sidebar, no side hug. There we go. Hey. Damn thing's a pain in the ass. Yeah, somebody finally subjected me, I'll just say, to that fuck me in the ass for Jesus video, and yeah, it was amusing but troubling.
That's great. Was it? I think it was Jade who brought that to my attention.
I think it was Fabio today, actually, but yeah, it was still wonderfully traumatizing. And I mean, wonderfully traumatizing.
That's not that bad.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. It really was. It was definitely worth it. There we go.
I really won't be traumatized. I have some links for you.
Okay, let's get that bar going here. And we should, in theory, have humans leave a little bit of space for one extra person. Just in case we have anyone else deciding to join this bizarro, whatever the hell it is. Hello, 5 people that are watching. How are you doing? We're live streaming through XSplit so that we can have a comment section that I like and so that I can get that other fucking video done with. And sorry for the 8 billion fucking false starts. I was trying to set something up with XSplit to do some testing earlier, and my sound wasn't set right, and everything was all jacked up, and I finally have my head out of my ass now, I think.
Wow.
I think.
As one of the 5 viewers, I forgive you.
Okay, so let's see now. There's 6 people in here and 5 viewers. Okay, who in the call isn't watching?
That'd probably be me.
Oh, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I don't know if we're all technically.
I have it open in it. I have it open in a tab, but it's
now it's at 6, so somebody.
I'm one of the few.
Yeah, you don't have to actually bother having it open. I'm watching for comments if they actually do come in. And at least we're having a somewhat normal drama-free hangout, and that's a good thing, because I don't fucking like the drama, but, you know, sometimes it comes and sits on your face.
I always miss the drama somehow.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's sad.
And hey, you have people sitting around watching you try to launch a rocket. That's apparently
Which I keep failing for. I can't even crash it because apparently I didn't put electricity on this damn thing to even take off from the launch pad.
Well, you just implied a moment ago that it was piss propelled, so you know, what do you expect?
What can you expect?
I'm gonna launch this, but I gotta piss first. Okay, we know it's in your gas tank.
Hey man, every ounce you gotta get rid of every ounce, man. You don't want to take any extra away. Alright, so what the fuck? Electricity. Solar panels to recharge my electricity would be a good idea. Throw some solar panels over here some fucking where.
It does look like an interesting game, though.
It's addictive. I love sandbox games. I'm kind of like a creator type person, you know, like
Hey, Scully. Continue.
I'm guessing you're a Minecraft nerd then.
You know, that's hilarious because I have never even played Minecraft.
Actually,
always ask me that, but it's like the one thing.
Honestly, I've never played it either. It never really appealed to me. Yet at the same
I think
point,
it's too simple to me.
At the same point, when I found out that Spore was coming out, I was all kinds of stoked. Then the sandbox mode was kind of crap, and I was pissed.
Yeah, I still like Spore, but it wasn't what it could have been for sure.
Yeah,
I was hoping. I had such high hopes for Spore, and then the actual game was so disappointing to me somehow. Like I don't know. It really wasn't at all what I was hoping it would be.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical because you go through all the stages learning how to play the game, then you get to Space Age, and all those things almost become irrelevant, and then you spend all your time
almost completely fucking irrelevant. Yeah.
Well, they actually are completely irrelevant, except for your role-playing aspect. If you want to go down and do something like that, you can. But the incentive reward and all that is kind of removed once you get to Space Age for sure.
Then there's...
And because Space Age is so open, so huge. Did you all found the...
Then there's the fucking Grux.
Yeah, the Groks.
That's the whole Space Age, the eternal war against the Groks.
No, dude, no. You know how you do it? You become allies with them.
There's one easy way. Then everyone else fucking hates you. But if you don't ally with them and you fight against them, it's a huge bitch. What they did was they made it so the closer you get to the center of the galaxy, which is where the Groks are, the less you can travel. So it gets to be more and more of a bitch. So I had to get a mod that negated that shit. And even then, it was a bitch getting rid of them.
But still, yeah. Basically, that's how I figured that was my only way to get to the middle. Is what you got to do is even once you ally with them, your computer might crash because the game is set up to warn you every time somebody declares war on you.
And every species
in the entire galaxy declares war on you at one time. Once you become allies with the Groks. But so if your computer doesn't crash, then you can continue, which just means everyone behaves like the Groks. They attack you. But the Groks will still attack you. You got to make sure to turn your autocannons off, because even if you're allied with them, one shot of that autocannon, they will break that fucking alliance and declare war on you.
Well, the thing is, with how many fucking times they delayed it, I mean, for fucking years, I was expecting it to be incredible.
Technology.
And part of it was, it's going to be procedural, it's going to be this and that. No, bullshit. All the creatures are going to move and attack differently depending on how you configure them, and some configurations might work better than others, and And they're thinking, well, what's going to happen is people are going to min-max, they're going to find one configuration that works out better than the others. No. With the way that they made it so that different weapon types that you attach to your monster actually do different amounts of damage, everyone wanted to go with the better ones when they were making serious monsters.
Right.
So, I mean, you're kind of stuck with, well, I'm going to have to use this one because I'm going to do more damage and all this crap. They kind of fucked it up that way. And what they didn't realize is if they really did it so that the structure of your creature and the way it's designed and the way that it moves had the effect that it was supposed to have, people would have been going nuts trying to figure out the best way to design things and this kind of stuff.
Sure.
But the biggest part that they left out of the human equation is, of course, what ended up happening initially. They fucked up, and one of the achievements they initially had up there was an achievement for getting your ass banned.
What?
Yeah, for making a monster that gets banned from the game. So everyone was making penis monsters for the first week.
Okay, that's where that flying penis thing came from. I saw that. It was on like our Circle Jerk or something. Is the first place I saw that.
Yeah, but they got rid of the achievement for basically getting your account suspended briefly or temporarily for making something inappropriate when they realized that everyone said, "Oh, great, this is an easy achievement. Let's make a penis." and then you have the occasional person that's like, "I'm not a conformist. I'll make a vagina."
Ooh.
And then another guy that has something empty of, I'll make a penis that looks like it's fucking a vagina. Because this is sport, and you can do that. Hey, Fluttershy.
Wow. That's just crazy.
Make a Fluttershy.
You could make a Fluttershy pony in Spore. It would still look weird, and it wouldn't be fuzzy, and what's the point?
You can make things kind of fuzzy.
And by texturing, yeah, kind of. But
well, you can take like tendrils and whiskers and shrink them down and clone them and put them across the surface of something. And that actually comes across as kind of furry.
Yeah, the problem with that is that there's a lot of stuff that you could do that with, but they have a maximum amount of complexity that they allow unless you disable the complexity. And if you disable the complexity, then you can't really share it through their thing and all this other crap. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
That's fine. I don't need to share shit with other people.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as I'm in the game.
Oh, that's right. I forget you don't play well with others.
Well, no, I mean, they can get all my other stuff. They don't have... Well, I actually did that. Actually, I think that I did tone it back because at a certain point, unless I was always playing with that debug option on, I couldn't, like, change his costume.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit like that. I mean... When Spore came out, I did enjoy it, and I even got their first add-in pack because I was trying to encourage them to make more. And then they kind of did dick with it, and I was really disappointed because what they could have done is they could have done, well, people complained that all of the segments of the game were too fucking short. The first one was kind of okay, but then after that, the Tribal was a fucking joke. The Civ was an absolute fucking joke. And they could have released, new packs, so you have a real fucking Civ game. you know, Sid
It
Meier's
was
kind
actually
of.
kind of challenging because you have to kind of get it done quick.
Well,
Otherwise,
if you
yeah.
waste time.
quickly spiral out of control.
And that's part of the problem.
Especially if
Is
you're not like a war
yeah.
race. If you want to try and finish it and not be warlike, it gets challenging.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
get
I mean,
control of your continent
yeah,
as fast as possible.
yeah. I mean, it just sucked. I mean, I just plowed right through it. I'm like, okay, this sucks. I was really unimpressed, and if they did a decent game with either of them, I would have loved it. Okay, Thomas Scully's asking the name of the game. Hang on. Can you put in the sidebar what it is, and I will put it out there in. Excuse the chat here.
Kerbal Space Program.
Kerbal.
Kerbal. I actually just spell it for me.
Kerbal.
Give me a second. Let's see now. Where's the fucking title? There we go. Add title. K-E-R or G-E-R?
Chat.
K-E-R.
Kerbal.
KSP.
Space Program.
It's,
Okay, and let's give it a nice little pretty
I
color.
think it's like $25 right now.
Let's make it blue. There we go.
That's funny. My caps are backwards in my text because the caps is what gives me fine-tuning controls in the game.
But your screen is too big, Evitable, because I like watching the little faces of the Kerbins way in the corner.
In the corner. I also have the scale of that turned down too. I'm all about some visuals, I guess.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I mean, it looks really more in depth than I'm used to seeing these days, and that's kind of fun.
All these little windows on the screen, you got to realize that they're a little. These are all mods. I mean, you can. It's much more simplified. I've made it a little complex, I suppose, by, like I said, trying to do the kind of reverse engineering. I've always loved the space stuff, but I've never been good with the numbers and all this. But once I saw a kind of a game, a simulator, so to speak, like this, and started talking to the same thing when we go to the moon, I was like, I got to figure out how to do it. And then once I realized it was technical, I was like, oh man, I can't do that. But then watching this guy, Scott Manley or whatever that happens to be good at, I noticed he talked about basically this thing is called MechJab. It's an autopilot program for all intents and purposes. And so using it pretty much can do everything for you if you still kind of follow a certain line of path, so to speak. Like this Hoffman transfer. You can create a node. It shows up. You all can see it in real time, I suppose. It shows up. Let's just hit create next, execute next node. So basically, yeah, you can reverse engineer, watch each step, and you realize how, just like anything else you learn, you realize how to take the whole and break it into parts, and you break down the parts, and then everything starts to make sense. And, I don't know. It's very fun, and it makes you feel like you can do something. People
It makes you feel like you could do something.
Yeah.
Shouldn't all games do that?
Yeah, that's what games are, man. That's what's cool about them. But people, you know, people take it, have nostalgia about it, and like some people will recreate the steps that NASA took to go to the moon and do each step of the process. And, you know, get to orbit, go around orbit, go around multiple times, look at another.
Fuck, you're making me want to buy this game now.
It's something to consider.
This hangout was brought to you by... No.
But has someone found life?
On Kerbal?
Not on Kerbal, of course. Out of Kerbal. Somewhere in another galaxy or whatnot. Is there life outside of Kerbal?
Alien life.
Is there life outside of Kerbal?
That's right.
Is there life outside of the game? I don't know.
I'll zoom out and you can see the solar system, but they offer... But go ahead, sorry.
Kerbal is the planet 13. So, like, instead of Earth, you're on Kerbal. Kerbin? Anyway.
Kerbin, yeah. And Kerbal is the star.
Right.
Okay, so
Basically,
Kerbal's the star. It's named for the star. Okay.
So how far can you actually go with it? Is there alien life? Is there like...
Okay, so the game is obviously in development, and just now you're starting to get campaign stuff, so it's pretty much just in the sandbox. You saw me in the other thing just creating stuff. And you can fly and all the physics are applied, and they've been upgrading that. Up until just now, it's just now becoming where they've gotten the rough parts out, and you don't randomly like shoot off in a direction because the aerodynamics are messed up. The game is in alpha.
Oh shit,
sure.
alpha, yeah.
Okay, and you get on board, like I said earlier. So I'll zoom out here. The game is, they say it's going to be pretty expansive. So this is the Kerbin system. You've got 2 moons, this Earth, Kerbin, got 2 moons. So I'll back out here a little bit. These are a bunch of asteroids. I'm assuming you all can see the real-time thing, not the delay. And so there's the star. And basically it's a lot like...
it's jumping a little bit. I didn't turn normally for games I turn the frame rate up to 60. I didn't this time, so it's going to be a little bit choppy on the broadcast, cool. But oh fucking well.
It's all good. It's all good. But basically it's set up a lot like... actually, I don't have to go there to show you. Like Joule, it's like... Check it out. It's like its own little mini system. I'll go in here. So once you get there, you're in its gravitation. Basically, the game, you realize so much. It's a good trainer, man. I realize I now have such a greater perception of gravitational fields because I can you literally visualize it through the game. You know what I mean? And the fact that you don't have to wait around for a spacecraft to get there and think of it in your mind and do math, you can hit fast forward and go see it in time warp. So you leave one gravitational field to be caught into another to enter another.
What was that big quote? Science is interesting, and if you don't agree, fuck off.
Right.
Hey, welcome back, Evan.
But anyway, I better get back to my ship. I don't even know what it's fucking doing right now. All this shit.
Yeah, play the game. Quit trying to advertise. I'm just kidding.
I'm adding it back in the human bar here. There we go.
Just make sure you tell us when you're about to crash.
Right.
Yes.
That's
we want to know. We want a proper laugh cue. We need to know when it is officially time to laugh at you. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to the moon. If I mess up this insertion, I will be crashing into the moon. So here we go. I'll fast forward to that event.
Let's go to the splat.
Let's go to the event.
We want to see how good your designers are. You're alleging that you've intelligently designed this. We will find out the truth.
That's my mic down.
If the little Kerbins have been intelligently designed, they'll survive the explosion.
Oh wow, it's actually 30 at a frame rate of 30. It's apparently not that choppy. Just got some feedback from Baba. Hey, Belzer. Yeah, we're just goofing off tonight because we need to defragment our brains, so to speak.
Here's an example. Like what you see in the blue line. This is my trajectory based on my velocity right now. And so where it changes to the orange, that's when you're leaving one field of gravitation to another body's. So the blue is when you're still in Kerbin's gravitational field, but this orange line means at this point in time I'll be shifting, and now I'll be in the Mun's gravitational field. So
it looks like you're doing a loop-de-loop with your thrusters there.
But you see the loop right there, right, in the orange, with the orange there? Is that what you're talking about, with the orange line? All right, so it'll be better explained when you watch it. So now, I would switch back to the other view, but it makes more sense from this view. I'll speed up here just a little bit. I don't want to go too fast. Everything will change when I cross the path. I'm going to slow down a little bit.
This right here is the point at which he starts drinking, correct?
Right. This is shot time. Now I'm under the moon's gravitational field. Now you can see that basically if I don't do anything, I'm going to be crashing right into it. So generally what you would do is, hopefully I can do this, is put a maneuver in. I need to change my speed. And I need to change my, oops, I don't know which way. Oh, that works. Let's go that way. How about it? It works. So, so don't crash in. I'll be at 100,000 meters. Let's go
okay, if you change it so it loops completely around it, are you going to do a time warp, or is that only the sun?
So check it out. The loop completely around means you're in orbit. So so right now, if I don't do anything, the greenish turquoise line, I'll crash straight into it. So I'm setting my maneuver. If I complete the maneuver, I'll veer over here 50,000 meters above the surface. So I'm going to do that real quick. Then I'll have to do one more thing, and I should be in orbit.
So you're kind of buzzing the tower then.
That's exactly right. I'm just making a slight burn right here of 300 meters per second difference in my velocity. Now that it's all automatic, I can switch views and you can watch it.
You know, there's probably like a couple people that just started watching that are like, oh, wow, what is he on the line with somebody from NASA? No, this is a fucking game. Read it.
13 watching. Come on now, what's going down?
Did someone actually say that, or are you projecting?
Nah, I'm just fucking with people.
And so you can see the difference in the burn. See, it's changing. Now I'm not going to crash into the surface yet until I land. So generally what you do is you control your everything, or what I do as I control it, do everything one stage at a time. I could have just went straight at the thing if I was more advanced and know my throttle and just slow down as I went into it. But, you know,
but you don't know what the fuck you're doing, in other words.
Exactly. I'm learning. I turn on infinite fuel, and like I said, I do it stage at a time to learn more and more how to do it. And I do take off fuel often, but I'm just not there yet.
Well, since we established earlier when you said that you needed to fuel it up, and that meant you needed to take a pee, so since it's a pee power, you just have to make sure they have plenty of booze to go around.
Right.
That's why there's always plenty of pee to power the thing.
All right, so now I'm just doing the same thing. I'm going to be whizzing by, and when I'm at the peak of that arc, the peak of the arc is where you can do the most fuel efficient. I learned from Scott, man. But anyway, since I'm doing infinite fuel, it doesn't really matter. But at the peak of that arc, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to reduce by 400 meters per second more, slow me down even more. And so here we go.
I'll say this much: at least it's not something like fucking Warcraft.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Somebody made a Warcraft reference. Ah.
Oh, I thought there was a Warcraft of fucking. Never mind.
No, that might have been interesting.
You've been Reichered.
Yeah, my ears perked up because. Yeah.
No, I think that's just God of War.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got to do a crew report. I forgot. 15 science. I got to turn it in right now before it's too late. And I'm going into orbit right now. I'm good. I am nice, safely in orbit.
Apparently, Concordance's place wasted a lot of time with this too.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I've heard him mention it once or twice on the thing, but I should tell him about some mech joke, because from what I remember, he said he's crashed in his moon once or twice.
I'm going to definitely have to put a plug out there for Concordance finding something more interesting to do than making videos. I advocate this for everyone, periodically.
I've only spoken to Concordance like one time, and he's pretty awesome.
I love Concordance, man. I think he's one of the best.
Oh yeah, you actually have been on Magic Sandwich. I should probably actually call into that sometime.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've really reduced their standards from back when I used to call all the time. Kidding.
Well, no, if anything, they've actually improved their standards. Now that you have
I see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they started appealing to the lowest common denominator ever since I started watching.
That's the Skeptic Friend show.
Skeptic Friend show is just full of toilet humor at most, and then then they actually have like their interview.
Yes, because you have two alcoholics.
Okay, hang on a second.
Who's the second alcoholic?
Wait. We have to point something out here because we have the mighty booze ship that's heading in here towards the moon here, and somebody pointed something out, and I really think we need to mention this, is that you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye out for Neil deGrasse Tyson's Ship of the Imagination, because we don't want to completely destroy his show.
I've got all kinds of videos on
Creationists are trying.
Oh, they are, yeah. They've had some fun comments.
There's been a lot of butthurt over this.
I put my criticism on. You want to check out a video on my channel? It's tongue-in-cheek, but I think it's funny.
But wait, hold on. When you said heathens, like, the reason why... I just wanted to make the point clear. Apparently you think that the Magic Sandwich Show has lowered the...
It's a joke. Get over it.
But,
if I have to explain it to you, never mind. It's not worth it.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
You who needs jokes explained and explains their jokes.
Yep.
Again, kidding. Calm down.
You hurt my feelings, Kevin. Man.
Nice.
Not cool, dude.
Who did that?
Not cool. What?
Not cool. The effect. Lame.
Let's get the soundboard. Come on now. That's awesome. What's going on here?
I drove red lights on one of his hangouts with those. It was the same as the Brett Keane one, actually.
Hey,
That hangout has some. That hangout has some funny shit in it. Oh, that's also the one with you playing the fucking South Park.
Yeah, it is. Just stay away from the alien anal probe. Yeah.
No, that's not going in my video.
Yeah, like I said, stay away from that part because that was painful in more ways than one. It was funny.
No,
I mean, I played it 2 nights in a row. The first night,
yeah.
Bang, second time. The next night, I'm like, I can't do it. And the funny thing is, honestly, my thumb was exhausted from it. My fingers were just too tired from hitting that damn X button. Going, no, I must get through the scene. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this fucking thing.
Though I might at like the very end of the video clip in that like 2 seconds with like just before that sequence where Angry Pumpkin says, "All I can say is prepare your anuses." I'm gonna throw that in there, just because that video has too much Brett Keane and not enough Angry Pumpkin.
Mm. Yeah, you need a little something in there anyway around it. Let's see now, Cosmos. There we go. For some reason, my Firefox is not cooperating, so I'm going to have to go through this in alternate means. Let's see now. Cosmos.
I actually haven't seen any of the. I saw the first episode. That's it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the 4th episode, and I was about to ask if it was any good.
Well, it's actually available on Hulu. That's where I'm on right now, and
online too.
Well, we're going through this, and I'm not actually going to listen to it. But what I am going to do is, and excuse me for that sound that just came up here, I'm going to go to an episode here and see if we can get the comments just to see if we can have some fun with them. While you guys are dealing with this.
Oh. I'm going to do the same.
Actually, I might want to go to the one on evolution. I'm going to the first one, though.
Get my science.
Science.
How refreshing to hear someone talk about science unapologetically. I agree with that one.
Where's my other science? It disappeared. I touched it in the thing, and now it's not here. Shit.
I let Ken Ham get his mitts on it. And now it's not science.
And now it's not science. Oh no, it's underneath the damn solar panel.
It's funny, so far I'm not seeing much for comments, but then again, these are the ones with the thumbs ups. I should probably look for thumbs
32
down.
science. Man, I just racked up fucking science on this shit. Deserve some mystery goo. Sorry, I didn't crash. Maybe I'll
mystery goo.
Quick
You have to go for the mystery goo.
Oh, the mystery goo is some gooey shit. I tell you.
It has a lot of science.
Yes, it does. You played? You heard one?
No, I haven't. I only watched a Let's Play or two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the mystery goo is good. Actually, I just got a shitload off this materials bay. It's like 175 review data.
I'm starting to think fundamentalists don't know how to find Hulu.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You have to know how to use the internet for that, you know.
I think I actually have.
There's plenty of fundamentalists that know how to use the internet.
Space near moon. That's space. It says.
I think Cosmos actually has its own website, and the truly fundamental probably go there.
Science.
Here we go. Way too much mention of the, quote, global idea and global warming. I don't embrace the global idea, and I find the animation insulting. This program is aimed at impressionable youth to indoctrinate them into the New World Order. Dialogue I find troubling. I don't think I watch this program and more. Oh, sorry. I don't think I watch this program anymore. Bye. Wonderful reply to it was, okay, goodbye, don't come back. You might find your precious belief threatened. Just do the rest of humanity a favor. Don't reproduce. I think that's a good response to that already. So hey,
Which was the episode that dealt with biology? Episode 3?
I think 2 is evolution.
2 is evolution. It was great.
Oh,
They
you
had
need
some
to
of the
watch
best
those.
things, man. Those
You
were
should go to the
great.
comments for episode 2. Because
Yeah, I
really...
agree.
Yeah, but if I
great-
recall, he
great
kind of
overall.
avoided using the word evolution and kind of
Cosmos,
just explained the whole thing
Yes.
without
exactly.
actually saying it's evolution until the end, basically.
Right, and he's like, evolution is a fucking fact. That's basically what he said.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that at least in every episode that I've seen, there's been 1 or 2 direct jabs at creationism. Like, there was one episode
Oh,
where
they
he
all
was
have,
talking about,
yes.
I think, the Crab Nebula, and he's like, it's these many thousands of light years away.
And that was actually the
And
first
this is
one.
as far as we could actually see if the universe was 6,000 years old.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait a
Everything
minute.
else.
In the second episode, he explains the evolution of the eye.
That was
Nice.
at the wrong time. Carry on.
Yeah, you failed, but that's okay. We like you anyway.
You're not gonna burn me like we do to Prudent.
Nah. Yeah, Prudence just an
120
easy
science.
mark. I can't help it. That's
Yeah.
really all it is. It's not even any ill will or anything. It's just an easy mark. Let's see now. Where was it? I just saw it a moment ago. The Bible is historically accurate, factually inerrant record of natural history. The universe, Earth, and all life on Earth were created by God 6,000 years ago. Science is God's test illusion to see
Is
who's
this
truly
is this in our
faithful.
chat?
No. I'm reading off of the Hulu
Oh.
comments on the first
Oh.
episode.
Oh, too bad.
And
I
the
was
first
like, come
episode was
on.
one that kind of went after the whole young Earth bullshit.
Well, yeah, they were just giving a general view of as general as you can make it in 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Or as specific as you can make it in 42 minutes. Or so.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
shit, I didn't mean to take off. What the hell am I doing? Sorry.
that first one didn't have that much for 75 comments. Why am I only seeing the first tick? Hang on.
Because Hulu's interface sucks.
And is that 75 fucking comments? I guess it is. Oh, okay, now it's updated, you fucking assholes.
Someone's angry tonight.
Yum Science. Well, there's an interesting young lady.
Yum Science?
Yeah, I think.
Wouldn't mind dating her.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
That might be your ideal woman.
Though fortunately, it's not hard to find someone like that around here. There's lots of female science majors. Yay for living in a college town.
Oh, in response to the Bible is historically
somebody?
accurate wingnut, somebody responded, I don't see why they had to invest in a 13-hour series to explain all of science when you just explained it in 2 sentences.
That one, that could be either a sarcastic, atheist or, not creationist,
Yeah.
or someone actually agreeing with them. I can't tell which one it is.
Well, it starts off with
Inclined towards the former.
it starts off with C with a question mark, so yeah, I'm thinking it's somebody trolling. There's also another comment in here. God must have put internet trolls here to test our intelligence.
Yes.
Wait, God must have put what here to test it?
Internet trolls.
Internet troll. Oh, great.
I learned something new today.
Sometimes I start to think.
Learned something
Go
new
ahead.
today. Time to burn my science book. Okay.
Yeah, burning
Sarcasm.
one science book is going to solve everything.
Give it to Rand Campbell. Maybe he'll eat it.
Good grief. Okay, let's see what we have for fun comments on the second one. The
Not
second one
even
dealt
sure.
with more with evolution.
Oh, that should be
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
one there.
It means that
This
there
one-
will be a
this one will be
brief sound
good.
hiccup. There will be a brief sound hiccup in the stream while I go to the next one. It's just kind of the way this goes. So sorry for the folks on the stream, but you might get like a 50 seconds from some fucking ad. Episode 2, cue that one up, and try and pause it before the ad. Ah! So bull, so brash, so fox, fuck off. You guys can't hear it, but they can. Comments 228 on the evolution-related episode.
Nice.
Okay, this should be good.
Is this comments on like the Fox official?
No, it's on
post?
Hulu. It's on
On
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, if you if you really want to see some fucked up shit, just go to like one of the local affiliates, like in Kansas or Oklahoma.
Well, I will have you know that somebody commented, "We're no afraid to admit that we don't know. There's no shame in that, but there is shame in pretending you have all the answers."
That was practically a direct quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson on the show, on the episode.
Yeah,
I think.
Kind of, but yeah, he kind of
more or less
killed the English.
Butchered it. Oh,
yeah, he butchered it. Yeah, he smartphoned it.
Totally smartphoned it.
But the second episode wasn't really dedicated to young Earth creationism. I saw that in the comments. But it did address, without specifically addressing young Earth creationism, it did address certain, creationist points like irreducible complexity. Or actually, they just explained how the eye may have evolved, etc. Instead of, They kind of, he showed that without specifically saying that some creationists say that,
Okay. I've only watched a few minutes and already it's been a full attack on religion. Why do you think this show was made? And just in time for Easter.
Wow. No, that one I believe is real. Yes.
My tricolors, it's awesome.
Trippy.
Isn't it Good Friday?
Oh, I'm gonna crash.
I don't see what's so good about it.
Is it actually Easter weekend?
Or it's sometime this weekend or next weekend?
No, it's next weekend.
Next weekend?
Oh!
So it is... No! Oh shit. Oh fuck. Crash.
First crash.
No! I gotta get home somehow. I got all this science.
What?
Well, we
Science!
know why you're not hosting Cosmos.
I smell a rescue mission.
Rescue mission! Yes, somehow. I don't know how to get the science out.
Is this going to be like Mars, that you have all these different landers up there and none of them are actually doing what they're supposed to?
You can build bases and yes, you can do all that shit, supposedly.
Or you could do like what Curiosity did and just draw a penis in the sand. That actually happened.
Bullshit. See, I got
this one of the pictures transmitted back from Curiosity, like the fucking whoever was driving it clearly knew what they were doing. It drew a dick in the sand.
Ha ha.
Here, I'll pull up the picture.
Come on, Bishop. Come on. Come on. Look at me. Look at me. Come on. Come on. No! Damn it. Almost had it.
Well, that's an interesting comment. I just have to share this just for the amusement of it. Neil deGrasse Tyson with a wolf is like the sexiest thing ever.
What? Who the fuck was that shit?
I've heard a lot of girls say he's like yeah.
This is what happens when you go to the mainstream portions of the internet.
Yeah.
And yes, there was a lot of disdain in mainstream.
There's some people complaining about it being too dumbed down. Well, yes, there might be creationists in the audience. It must be.
Stay.
Yeah, I don't get the impression of learning much from Cosmos, but it's really
It's
well said.
For people like us who actually, are familiar with some of the science, yeah, it's not going to be anything new. But I think for a lot of people, might not actually have been exposed to these concepts.
There's a couple of people arguing over what the word theory means.
God damn it.
Let's skip that.
Maybe Ozzy could help them out.
Yeah, if they have a couple hours to spare. Let's see now.
I actually had to explain to my mother the meaning of theory today. That was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
That happens.
Well, she's an atheist, so it's not like she doesn't know. But I mean, it was the word theory, but in French, because we're French. So like she doesn't speak English. But yeah, it was the same thing. But I actually had to crack open the dictionary and verify that yes, scientific theory is the same thing in French. But yeah, sometimes it's not.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you speak more than 2 languages?
No, just 2.
Cool.
I know some bits of Russian and Spanish and Italian, but really not enough to even hold a conversation or anything. Just like, where's the hotel?
Hey, that's enough to, or at least enough if someone were to utter something, you kind of break it into components, perhaps, or just a few words.
Okay.
I just memorized them by the sounds.
Right. Okay.
That's all. So I just memorized some
gotcha.
key phrases.
So how did you get your spaceships to kind of point the right direction?
How did I get standing back up?
Yeah, what did you cheat?
Skills.
Oh, did anybody else see that?
Skills.
That's some
I was looking
skills,
away.
man. Oh, man.
Hacks. Skills are hacks.
No. Basically, your little RCS thrusters right here is how I did it. These little thrusters.
Is thrusters another name for hacks?
No, that's legit. I think. I don't know. I've never played this game.
No, it's legit.
I believe you.
I can't believe I did that. And didn't break off my engines. Well, I don't know. I'll try to take off in a minute and find that out. But I'm doing my last science, and I'm going back home.
Science.
Okay, let's see now. We have Robert McFarland with
The Bible is historically accurate, factually inerrant record of natural history of the universe, earth and all life. Earth were created by God 6,257 years ago. Okay, so he did change his post a little bit from the last one. Or maybe it was this Seth Glover that in the same comment thread posted the Bible is a historically accurate, factually inerrant record of history, although I'm guessing you're stupid enough to think that God's day is 24 hours. What?
Old Earth creationist or whatever.
And somebody responded, of course, to them saying, "So, rabbits chew cud. Okie dokie, noted."
Cool story.
You're a deceiver. You're not Christian. You're trying to turn others against God.
But I wonder what people are thinking when they're posting those comments. Like, do they think they're going to make a difference?
Well,
like,
coming from the
I'm trying to imagine it.
I think
coming from the perspective of someone who used to post comments like that. Well, I was a lot younger at the time, so I don't know what the adults are thinking, but yeah, I thought I was actually making a difference. But I can only speak for myself.
I think this comment, which was the next one in line that I was going to read off, might sum it up. Because the Bible says so. Duh.
Duh. I think we have just found the key word.
Duh.
Duh. Duh.
We all agree.
Hi, Squiddy. What's up?
Hey, Prudent. Somebody's saying, "Whoa, I'm convinced."
Hey guys, what's up? Sorry, I just left for a little bit. I saw a video I wanted to check out, so I didn't want it, to.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
We have another lovely comment that was on that second Cosmos show, which is, "Please, there's more Kool-Aid over on the table. Please come, drink some more."
Oh my God!
We're reading Hulu comments on the Hulu video for Cosmos.
Well, I'm picking out some choice ones, yeah.
The funny thing is, the video I went to see, it's made by one of my favorite YouTubers. That's why I wanted to take a break from it. But it turns out there were some pretty idiotic creationist comments on that video as well, like that he was pointing out too.
Okay.
There always are.
Yeah.
It's YouTube.
I have to point out that there's one person here that's incredibly misinformed. And I'm going to read the comment now. "A lot of people out there will never see this show because they think the world was created by God 60,000 years ago and dinosaur bones are a hoax. They literally believe yada yada yada." No, 60,000 years, that's giving them way too much credit.
Yeah. Tenfold. Or tenfold. Twofold.
Could've
What?
just
10
been a
times.
typo.
Unless 60K is a form of what's between young Earth and old Earth?
They're really
Middle Earth?
Apologetics. Middle Earth, yes. Yes,
You
this
know-
is where the hobbits came from. We have proof we had hobbits.
I don't often come across people who Like, young Earth creationists will go from 6,000 to 10,000, occasionally a little more. It's usually either... No, let me finish. It's usually either that or old Earth, like they accept basically what the science says, even if they don't have it exactly right. I don't often find people trying to claim it's somewhere in the middle, unless it's some weird belief like, well, Scientology thinks it's, what, 72 trillion years?
Yeah.
There are some creationists who try to cut the middle ground. Like, there are some creationists who will compromise and go up to around 20,000 years. Some creationists, I think, like Ray Comfort, will just say he doesn't even care how old the Earth is.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying not anything much above 10,000. I don't usually see people trying to claim that.
Ken Ham's interesting.
What about 420?
I read an article by, well, not really an article, but it was like a comment thread by Ham or something that he, like an article, something that he wrote, or like a response.
Hang on, I gotta cut in.
Point is, let me finish, dude. When responding to something about like creationists believing that the world was 10,000 years old, Ham actually said, no, we believe 6,000 years old. Ham will not compromise anywhere above 6,000 years old. He won't even.
Yes, he is a strict literalist.
Did you want me to ask the chat if they'd rather hear more weird-ass comments or let you keep diatribing?
We'll go back and forth, shit.
Yeah, no. I throw out the comments and y'all can chat. I just want to get the comments out there. And this particular one, somebody was encouraging one of the other posters, to plug in their electronic fireplace and sing Kumbaya. And I thought that needed to be pointed out.
Lol. That's good.
Yeah, there's actually not as many whack jobs posting on this as I expected, and I'm finding that a little encouraging.
You're not going to the source. Like, there's actually a web page for Cosmos where they stream the videos.
Okay, I'm gonna check that. I'm also going to try and find one of the local websites of like the local affiliates that broadcast it and see if there's comment pages there, because that's where the really hilarious shit.
Yeah, because I'm thinking mostly younger people watch Hulu, and the old set in their ways. Christians would be watching on their televisions.
Yeah, it's probably right. Yeah.
So, like, they'd write a letter and send it to the local paper.
How can I watch Cosmos online? And it took me, like, to the Cosmos page, so...
Yeah, Cosmos on TV, or,
Cosmos
online,
if they have fun Rage Wars there, we look forward to you reading some of those ones off. I'm just thumbing through these. Hi, I'm a wolf, but I want to become a poodle. Please? Yeah, what an idiot. The halls of extinction can be found next to the island of misfit toys. That's actually kind of funny.
That's random.
Yeah.
EVA.
I don't think the actual Cosmos website has comments.
Maybe I'm misremembering that.
Oh, do they not have it on the actual broadcast? Or on the official page?
Hold on. Okay, let me go to the episode 2.
Okay, let's see now.
Turn from moon.
Wow.
There we go. Somebody sitting there complaining that he didn't explain what he meant when he was saying theory. And somebody's like, did you even watch the fucking show? And the response was, yes, I did. I watched the first episode as well. And also, like how both the first episode has been partially dedicated to topics controversial to Christians. Why? I think that's pretty childish of him. He also claimed a theory that he personally believes is a fact. That loses credibility in my mind as a scientist. I believe you're a scientist, yeah. Did you honestly learn anything from either video? The series isn't even worthy of a junior high classroom as far as I've seen. He shows how narrow-minded he is by spewing his beliefs as fact and showing that he has an agenda instead of really teaching the methodology of science itself.
I love the sheer amount of contempt you read that with.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I have to be fair and balanced. Fair and balanced! Fair and balanced!
Though a bigger lisp would have been welcome.
That would have just been ironic. Excuse me, I can't believe he's trying to push his personal belief on the other.
I'd rather he be pushing something else on me because he's such a hottie.
Oh, wait.
Ah, fuck off. Fuck off! Oh, Fabio's on.
Oh, Skype just crashed. What a surprise. Skype's been crashing like crazy, and I'm not even using it for calls. I'm using it for chat.
Speaking of crashing, are you about to try and land on that thing again and see if you tank it?
Yay, I unlocked an achievement.
What, wiping out or writing?
Oh, I got
Oh, you did? Oh, never mind. I'm not sure what you're playing, Grey Knight.
It's faster than light, FTL.
Oh, okay.
There's an achievement if you have a Terran cruiser and you have 6 different races on board. And we picked up a stasis pod a couple of sectors ago, and we found some people who can open it up.
Ooh.
And there's an alien inside.
Is it
of a species
slimy?
we never had before.
Is there an achievement if you get banned?
Well...
Very funny.
Oh, here we go. That stupid tone again. Hang on. Ah, shut up.
What?
Okay. You guys can't hear it in here, but since of the way that I'm streaming through the audio, they get the first couple seconds of that so brash, so bold, so fox bullshit startup thing. Because I can't really do anything about that. Well, I guess I could. Yeah.
I'm checking the Cosmos Facebook page now, see if there's anything amusing.
Somebody's accusing Neil deGrasse Tyson, his ship of the imagination, of being an actual TARDIS. I don't think they're getting the point of it.
Well, it is bigger on the inside.
So somebody's talking about wanting to burn people as witches. Okay, I think I missed that part of the episode.
Heathens, you've never played this game?
I don't think so.
It's basically Rogue, but with a starship with components.
Wait.
FTL? Hang on.
FTL.
FTL.
Yeah.
It's Rogue in space? That I must check out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested.
When I last played it when it first came out, it didn't have a lot of like the graphical niceties they have, and like just a little quality of life user interface things. Like now they have a button where you can save your crew's station assignments. So like if you have a guy on sensors, like he's your sensors guy, and there's another button that like you can have to send everybody back to their assigned stations.
Oh man, I was a massive NetHack fanatic back in the day.
Which gets really useful because, like, as components burst into flames and people have to go, fight intruders and go to medical bays, like it becomes a mess. But they made a lot of like small changes. Like now, when you go to jump to a new sector, it will tell you what sectors you can jump to from the sector that you're entering. So, like, the sectors I can jump to now are green, and the ones that are branching off of the place that I've selected are yellow. Before, it didn't tell you that, so you're just jumping blindly through the galaxy. They made a couple of different changes, a lot of other changes. Like, they added a whole new race. Every ship, like, there's different ship hulls for different races, and within each hull there's 3 different, base configurations. Well, there used to be 2. They added a 3rd with this expansion. They added, another race with the hull type and 3 different configurations for that race. They added a bunch of new weapons and new systems, like bizarre things like hacking drones, and like they had in the old game they had a boarding module that was basically just like a combat drone that like fights its way through like a hull breach in the ship. So like the ship starts venting air into space, so everybody in that within that bulkhead is suffocating, and there's a combat drone in there. The new combat drone doesn't make as big a hole, but it has lasers that light everything on fire.
Oh boy.
And that's a fun feature in space.
Your interpretation of history is fascinating, sad but fascinating. Sir, an accurate discovery of a master clockmaker's method does not negate the existence of a master clockmaker. It only clarifies the method. Newton knew that, which is why he remained a man of faith and science until he drew his last breath.
This is the same old, same old.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But at least I'm using the funny voices.
And in the episode, deGrasse Tyson made sure to point out that Newton believed in alchemy and Bible numbers and anyway.
Yeah,
he
looking for
believed
the
in a
name
lot
of
of
God
weird shit.
in like a numeric system behind the words of the Bible.
Right. So he made sure to mention that. So like.
Yeah, he's a Bible code nerd. I was gonna say that I'm on the Facebook page for Cosmos, and there really aren't any like negative or funny comments here at all. They're all positive, and there's just so fucking many of them.
What the fuck?
That was one of the comments?
Okay. Well, yeah, it does start with what the fuck, actually.
Perfectly. I mean, that was so realistic.
It actually does start off with what the fuck. But here's the comment. Shame on you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Where's the contribution of African people? Our people had everything to do with the creation of science, let alone astronomy and astrology. Long before Asians and Europeans, it was Africans that traveled the world first and civilized people with science and hygiene. Isn't he a descendant as well? I guess fame gets black scientists as well. You are contributing to the dumbing down of black people and the miseducation of black children. I give up.
Look,
I have lost respect for you.
All right, guys.
What
Sorry,
the
go ahead. I'll finish
fuck?
that one. Well, dude, I posted a video of that Q&A I talked about already. It's got like 120,000 views now. If you want to read some crazy comments, go in there and start reading those. I mean,
what video? What video?
Just check out my channel. It'll be the one with 120,000 views. It's a Q&A of a. They did a premiere screening. They got people that were in all the big cities that had a big museum that could fill out or whatever, and they streamed a couple days early the first episode of Cosmos for the people that would show up or whatever live. And after which, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Seth MacFarlane, Andrian, Mitchell Canal, so on and so forth, all were on a panel and did a Q&A. And they streamed it live. I just noticed it hadn't hit YouTube yet, so I put it on there. But there's been some crazy comments.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I was just dicking around with the interface.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, you were reading comments, and it just made me realize, hey, wait a minute, I had to deal with some crazy shit on that fucking video too. Even though it's
Hey, Kevin.
What?
I have a question. How can I mute Prudent too? How can I do that?
You will not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Go to the little triangle in the upper right corner of a person's picture. You can go to their profile, ignore them, or mute them.
Funny thing, guys, there was another video I was just telling you. It's by a YouTube. He's one of my favorite YouTube users. His name is King Crocoduck. He basically responds to all this creationist.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Oh, I know. I love his videos responding to people like Great Comfort and Ken Ham because, let's face it, I don't want either of those guys to have any more influence in our country. So this is some fun. He had a response from one like Great Comfort fan. Just listen to this and try not to gouge your eyes out, okay? I can't believe this vermin of a guy takes Ray for the veteran mumbo jumbo of his scientific prowess to waste time to prove what? That we are primates? If that is the case, then why are there still primates around? People say that we must have good self-esteem, but how could that be if we were told that we came from an animal?
What?
I'm sorry.
I have no idea, but
I said put the link in the chat. I'm sorry, the accent was just not.
Was that too much for you, buddy?
A footnote, I just loaded up the commentary that's on episode 4, and one of the comments made here was somebody asking if the voice they use for voice actor they used to do Herschel was Patrick Stewart, and actually, yes, it was.
Yes.
I don't know how somebody...
Yeah, I recognized it instantly.
I did too. I actually was like, hey, that's Patrick Stewart, and my wife paused and goes, oh, it is.
Yep.
That's the extent of our conversation on it.
Been talking. Fail.
I didn't even finish up. You guys just interrupted me.
I couldn't handle the accent.
The accent.
Sorry.
Just continue without the accent, and you're all right.
Sorry. When I get into creation stuff, I have to do it.
It's the only way you can get through it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of...
You should work on your accent.
Well, you don't understand that the Bible tells us that we were made from dirt by God, and I ain't something no monkey.
What, I don't want to locate you, but, like, what state are you in?
He's in Arizona.
Arizona, okay.
Your grandpa came from a monkey.
Shut up.
And then he gave birth to your pa, who's also a monkey.
You're driving away this. You're driving away viewers. Stop it.
Yeah, 13 could just mute you through the control box.
That's
from
true.
Sir, I am a good Southern Bible belt thumping gentleman.
Okay.
Okay. Gentleman.
And this is where you see the loading control center.
Coming home.
I
I'm sorry, I feel like a dick, but I
There we
don't
go.
feel bad.
I've never actually silenced anyone before. I wonder if that works.
Hey, Prudent, what's your first name?
I think it worked.
Prudent, who's your favorite creationist?
Is he still talking, but we can't hear him? Is that
I think it worked. I don't know. I muted it on my end. Okay,
I
Prudence, you
should be
can
able to hear
speak
him
now.
then, right? Or whoever's in control of this.
Yeah, you guys can hear me?
We can hear you
yes.
now. Now we can.
Oh, the control box works. Awesome.
Oh, yes, quite well. I can even do this.
What?
Yeah, let's see if it actually does. I don't know. Hey, he might not have his camera on at all, but, you know.
No, I don't have my camera on because you won't see it anyway. I'm in my room and it's dark.
Well, I
you
clicked
tried
on the
to
turn
turn
on.
this.
I tried to see if I could turn on your camera just to see if that actually worked because somebody was saying that they thought you could do that earlier.
Yes, you can. Prudent actually did it to me in one of his hangouts.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
But
Well,
you do have
The King
hands,
of
right?
Burgers tries to do it to me once.
Yes. Oh, I'm not. Yeah. But no, that's actually relevant because.
Oh, wow, fail.
What?
So 13, what's up with the bunny thing?
It's
They-
the Big
That's
Bang.
not.
Ah, shut up.
It's not a bunny.
Bunnies don't have big fluffy tails, you twit. That looks kind of like a giant scrotum.
Seriously.
Now you can't unsee it.
What did you think? You really thought it was a bunny? Really?
It seems like a rabbit-like creature. But it's more
What?
cool.
Yes.
I have a science fail here. Somebody is saying if the Big Bang is real and the universe is pushing outward, shouldn't the stars that we look at be in the future, not the past?
I can't think
What?
clearly right now.
Yeah.
So what is
Oh, we
it
got some
really?
commenters?
No. This is. Oh, we got plenty of comments. Belzer, Thomas Scully, and they're going
Oh,
back
this
and
is
forth with a
screen
couple
chat
others.
comments.
Someone's talking about some Stargate there or
Yeah.
something.
And I'm not following Ray Comfort on Facebook. That's not. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. What a clusterfuck that is.
Oh, Ray Comfort. Actually, I don't know whose Facebook following is worse, Ray Comfort or Ken Ham.
Ken Ham is by far worse. If you
Yeah,
see
Comfort
his
has
blog.
more atheist trolls going, and he likes it. He admits that he's atheist troll bait. He named his blog atheistcentral.org.
Not Ken
did?
Ham. I have a word I call Ken Ham's Facebook page. It's what I call FFFF. Fucking fundy Facebook following.
Did anyone get misty-eyed while watching this because they realized Family Guy had better
Oh,
ratings?
No, I'm moving too fast. Oh, shit.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, Christian said he wanted to come in. Okay, whatever.
Burn it up, burn it up.
I can invite Christian.
Blow up.
Funny
Crash
how-
landing on Kerbin.
I'm gonna blow up and incinerate. I'm coming in way too fast.
Oh shit, re-entry.
Big time.
Because
Oh,
his whole
there we
mission could be a failure if
I know, right here.
Everything crashes
Everything I
right
just
here.
did for the last hour, you all been watching could just poof.
Hey, Christian, and yes, we're online. I'm streaming through XSplit, as you may have noted. I'll send an invite to Fabio for the hell of it, because I don't know why the hell he's up.
What up, Christian?
Early morning over there.
I survived. Holy shit.
Just so you know, we're sitting there watching him crash land on every fucking thing while we go through the commentary that's on, well, the Hulu showing of Cosmos and poking fun at people.
Okay,
Cosmos.
So how you doing?
I'm good. Just worked a long shift, came home, hours to burn before I need to go to bed.
You work third, obviously.
Hmm?
Where are you located, Christian? What state? are you
West
in?
Coast,
West
Southern
Coast,
California. SoCal.
Okay, so okay, I see.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out the time work.
What?
I was just trying to figure out the time frame. It's like 5 in the morning here.
Oh, it's like 1:40 for me. Yeah, I got home about 20 minutes ago. I work third shift.
Well, there's somebody complaining that Neil deGrasse Tyson lacks enthusiasm.
What?
Yeah, he's boring and has no sense of enthusiasm over the topic. Really?
Sure.
Well, Cosmos is scripted, number one, and
He's not an actor, too. He's a
Yeah,
He's
scientist.
not Bill Nye, okay? He's
And
not supposed to be
he's
Bill
a-
Nye.
Oh,
he's
shit!
a
No!
scientist.
No!
Neil.
Oh, you crash again?
Well, that was loud. Hi, Fabio.
Yay, Fabio.
Hey guys.
Everyone observed Fabio's new boyish haircut.
We're just BSing and I saw you were up, so I'm like, what the hell? I never get to have Fabio in Hangouts.
What do you do?
Sorry about that.
It's actually fantastic to join in an hangout with the sun in my window.
Yeah, it's almost a first for you.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Where I'm at, dude.
let me see if I can show you a little bit of what's outside my window, actually.
Don't look, he's a bastard. Hang on, let me switch cameras.
Showed me this already before.
There you go.
My red light.
Okay, now it's just plain.
Beautiful Italia.
Yeah,
So I've been noticing there's like a lot of
Ooh, lemons.
Brett Keane hate going on. What's it? I've been
We're
working.
not talking about that.
yeah, we're off that. I have like a 4-hour rant on that is currently a private video. I can share it with you later.
I'll pass.
We're done with
Yeah.
Brett King's bullshit.
So anyway, back to the lander here. Let's see if it crashes. Now that we've been taunted by Tuscany.
Wow, yeah.
I love my color light, so I'm gonna do more shit like that.
Oh, you're into KSP. Nice.
It's very nice. I think I'm good. As long as the parachutes don't rip, they should not. I'm moving at less than 5 meters per second. It's all good. This is in the can. Technically. Maybe not technically.
Okay.
How are you broadcasting live without it showing live on?
Because I have
XSplit.
XSplit. And
Can you
with
explain that
XSplit, I
briefly?
can make sure that whatever the hell I want is up on screen at all times, and we just exist on the bottom bar.
Hey, anybody else?
Oh.
Hey, 13.
Which reminds me, I have to modify my bar on the bottom here. Because
13.
I have the control room open. Go.
750 on that one mission? Oh my gosh. That's unlocking too much. They gotta rebalance that.
Hey,
Okay.
13.
What do you want, Prudent?
Do we invite anybody else
I'll move away from
from Europe that we know? Because they're probably waking up right now.
Well, if anyone wants to ask me, they're welcome to join in. I'm
You know,
kind of
like, I
not being
think-
able to follow the comments too well at the moment, but we have like
Steven-
14 viewers.
Let's see if Gary's woken up. I like Gary. Funny Beetle Maniac.
Oh, invite him. Oh wait, you can't.
No.
If he wanted to come in, he could. He has
Yeah.
access to the link in Skype.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The people that can Skype me at any moment. So, and they often do. Like IG did a moment ago. I didn't even know he was up.
Well, I put the link in the group again.
Oh, you did again? Okay. Hang on. The people on the stream get stuck with that stupid Soul Bowl Joe Brash crap again. There we go. Luckily, we can't hear it in here, but they're stuck with a freaking thing. 76 comments. Apparently, the fourth one wasn't very controversial, I guess. Of course, somebody had to point out the reference when he said, "You see those footprints in the sand?" And somebody's like, "Ha ha, this is pointing towards something to me." I'm like, "Oh, shut up, you idiot."
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of touch with what all the hubbub is about with the religious community and Cosmos.
It's the same old stupid shit, different day in terms of the fundy whack jobs that have to go out there and, no, the universe is only 6,000 years old.
Have you already talked about the fact that it seems to be that in Kansas they're trying to pass a bill to shut down the show?
Seriously? I thought that was just a bullshit rumor that was made up by some blogger.
No. I read the article. There is this senator called Tom Edison. He's trying to pass a bill which actually forces the network to not to air the show unless they air a show an hour before Cosmos happens by Ken Ham.
Oh, you're kidding
Are
me.
you wait. I heard
Bullshit.
wait, hold on, everybody hold on. I heard the same story, and I'm not 100% sure that it isn't satire. I think it might be. Did you check it?
Did you read that
Hold on a second.
an article that was published on the 1st of this month by any chance?
I can't figure out what
I'm trying to get back to the page. I read 5 minutes ago.
Was the page called The Onion?
No, it was on a certain news site. I read it. I want to see if it was the same article.
Okay, there you go. Read and weep.
Weep and read. Oh.
Yes, that's what I read. National.
And actually,
I'm pretty sure this is Sire. America's #1 independent news team: Ted Cruz and Sarah Palin. Yeah.
Yeah. This is definitely said.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't see it, but that sounds like it.
Okay, here's a good comment. Somebody just made on one of these made the remark that this is probably the first honest thing that's ever been on Fox.
Well, Fox News and Fox Corporation are they're completely different networks, though. So.
It's still a funny comment.
Yeah.
They're actually yes, they're different channels, but Fox News is part of.
They're owned by the same people, yes.
Oh, of course.
That site can't be real. It has to be satire.
Yeah.
I mean, the 8-year-old kicked out of atheist-run daycare for praying? Really?
Oh, that's an actual story.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
This whole thing happens all the time with, there's always a big controversy that happens, like, at some school, like, conservative, like, the right-wingers, they always get so happy, they're always like, oh, no, our kids ain't gonna be allowed to
Oh, wait,
play
no,
in
hang on,
school,
I take that back. No, that's not the story. It was a case of a kid being thrown out of a daycare recently, though, and it was arguing over religion.
I think I might stand corrected. It seems to me this one is a site like The Onion, stuff like that. I mean, the front page it reads "Gay to Straight program to be included in all Tennessee school curriculum beginning May 1st."
Yeah.
Yeah. And the headline, there is an headline saying, when it comes up, it doesn't show up now, but it basically says, Secret Service agent says Obama is gay and Michelle is transsexual. Yeah. I hope it's a site.
Yeah, they also have Fred Phelps' deathbed confession, open quote, "I'm gay."
But the scary thing is that, I mean, this is not, I don't know, at least to me, I live outside, it doesn't seem as obvious as stuff that you find on The Onion, So.
Yeah, it looks like a real, it looks real.
It looks
credit to them.
I don't know real, but plausible, yeah.
And the stories are close enough to the truth that you think, could this, because it's not far away, it's not far off.
A part of the problem is that some of the actual stories are so fucked up that it's hard to tell the difference sometimes these days.
Yes, thus, ergo post law, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't tell whether something's actually a parody or, because however dumb and crazy you act, there's going to be someone who's dumber and crazier and is real.
Hologram Kurt Cobain to tour with original members of Nirvana for 2014 tour. Okay,
that's
hologram
funny.
Kurt Cobain to tour with original members of Nirvana for 2014 tour. Yeah.
Right.
That's a funny side, but I mean, it's good. I didn't know.
Oh, boy.
Obama extends U.S. occupation of Afghan to 2018 opium production. Yeah, it is really funny, actually.
I can't believe you honestly fell for it that it may have been real, though. That's what we're kind of a little.
Oh, that's the whole point, though. It's at first when you first read it and you don't look around the site, it could be real.
Yeah.
I could see a Kansas congressman doing that.
Oh, me too.
So yeah.
Yeah, I remembered reading something about that and it being
what happened was, if I remember correctly, a blogger made a joke about it, and then somebody else started repeating it as a true story, and before you knew it, there was actual rumors of it.
Hail Hydra, yeah.
Hail Hydra, yeah, no shit.
Hydra.
You like that?
I love it. So I just got it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the latest Captain America, you won't get it. But I have I'm trying to push this new meme that I see starting. You know, where just random people are just like "Hail Hydra," and it makes sense if you've seen the latest film. It makes sense.
Yeah, or if you remember the comics. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's both ways.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's really fun.
I've been going all over Facebook just on people's pages going "Hail Hydra," you know. Like I've seen Sammy, you know, who's in Hate Club. You know, he posted something. He posted "Hail Hydra," and I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Actually, that would be a good thing to do in Hangouts where, you know, crazy people pops in. You know, before they start saying, you say "Hail Hydra."
Right. Right.
Okay, I have to before I close down this window. I have to reference one more, and I'm not even going to bother quoting it. But the assertion is that, and this actually is one of the ones from the very first episode. Somebody's complaining that he stated that before the 1500s we didn't know that there were other planets out there, or what stars were, etc. And somebody is insisting that yes, we did. So many of the ancient cultures knew all about the planets and the way that they moved, and all about the stars, and all this information was lost and was given to us by the aliens.
It sounds like some stupid shit that science would
My
say.
response would be "Hail Hydra."
Yeah. I can go with that at this point.
It makes sense more and more. No, the more you say, the more it makes sense. You know, you sold me already on that. I'm all for it.
Yes, the ancient aliens taught us all about them. We just forgot. Yeah.
On the way home, I was listening to Coast to Coast, right? And they had these guys on that were talking about some pictures from the MRO, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, where they're talking about all these pictures where they're saying that it's pretty obvious that there used to be an ancient civilization there, and they're drawing connections between ancient Egyptian artwork and a whole bunch of stuff, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, if this were really the case, though, I mean, if it's that obvious, then how come NASA hasn't said, yeah, there looks like there was an ancient civilization there a few million years ago? I mean, what's really the big deal? Right? I mean...
Because it's a conspiracy. That's why they're not saying it.
Right, of course.
Well, yeah, I know what the conspiracy nuts are gonna say in regards to why, but I'm looking for like a more, you know, logical explanation as to why, you know, NASA wouldn't just say, hey, it looks like we found remnants of an ancient civilization there. You know, I mean,
I don't think there is one. I think they would.
I think people would freak out for a while, but then, you know, we'd get over it, right? I mean,
I'm really not sure they'd actually freak out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would freak out.
I freaked out for all the wrong reasons anyway, so...
Right. You know...
Well, I'm not sure that if you tried to do the old Orson Welles trick today, I don't think people would go in the same kind of panic.
Well, that's actually... That story isn't quite true. There wasn't mass panic. People didn't freak out. That story, if you do some research on that, I did, and...
Yeah, well, they didn't freak out as much as the urban legend, like, stuff they did.
Alludes that, like, if there was, like, this mass hysteria or whatever. No, I think it was a handful of people, a handful of jackasses.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that if we learned, and they said publicly that they confirmed publicly that okay, aliens visit Earth, I don't think there'd be a mass panic. I don't think like there'd be any real reason to hide it from the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now with today's culture.
Exactly.
You know,
We're waiting for it almost.
right. You know, but I do have to admit that there's some footage, like some of the footage from Mexico City with all those things or whatever they are in the sky is fucking weird. I mean,
Sure.
I can't explain it, and I haven't found anybody that's been able to explain it in a way that makes any logical sense. You know, I mean, there were hundreds of things in the sky, multiple video cameras, thousands of witnesses. You know,
Pink Floyd concert. I'm going with Pink Floyd concert.
Okay,
That's the most logical.
Whatever helps you sleep, buddy. But you know, yeah, I haven't. I mean, and like, there's other instances too. Like, there's other stuff that I look at and I'm like, you know, it's obviously, you know, matrixing or something that can be explained. But there is those few things that you're just like, I don't know, man. That's pretty fucking weird. What is that? Like how much do you guys know about the war, or what was it? It was right around World War II here in LA. Something was spotted, and like our entire West Coast, Southern California's West Coast, threw thousands of shells at it, and they didn't find any debris. And there are these weird pictures of this weird craft in spotlights. Have you seen that?
Well, I stepped away to take a piss and grab animal crackers, and we're talking about what now?
We're talking about the
unexplained sightings, I guess.
Yeah, it happened. I forget what. I'll have to Google it again. I was looking at it a few weeks ago. It's basically it was right around World War II when I guess we thought we were being invaded by the Japanese. There was some kind of disturbance on the West Coast, and here in Southern California, like, all of our defenses went apeshit, and we're just lobbing artillery at it in the sky. And nothing ever fell to the ground. They never found any plane wreckage or any blimps or anything. And there are these weird fuzzy photos of spotlights shining on what looks to be like a solid craft in the sky. They have a name for it. It was like, let me Google it.
Funny that you never see.
I remember the movie.
HD.
That's all it pops up in my mind. I remember John Belushi, making gas with the airplane and breaking out the neck of a Coke in order to drink it, and that's pretty much it.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird ass shit like that, and strangely, it's always fuzzy.
Yeah, it's called The Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, that fucking movie?
No, it's not a movie.
Escape from Los Angeles?
No.
No. Well, I don't know. I just remember 1941, the one from Steven Spielberg and Jim Belushi.
I think it was 1942.
Oh no, the title was 1941.
One of the two.
Okay.
It was a number. It was the date. I don't remember, but I don't know. I thought it was forced. I think it was one of Spielberg's worst movies.
Yeah.
They were really, I don't know, forced performances.
Battle Los Angeles, a squadron of U.S. Marines becomes the last line of defense against a global invasion.
Yeah, that's a movie. Here, look at this.
Yeah.
No, not not a movie, guys. It's based on something that really happened.
You sure it's not viral marketing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's why I wrote to tag a similar title, so it circulates.
In 1942, a giant UFO was seen hovering over Los Angeles by hundreds of witnesses. The incident was called the Battle of Los Angeles, or the Great Los Angeles Air Raid.
Ooh, I found another Kerbin.
February 24th, on the morning of February 25th, 1942.
Is it just me, or the photo looks fake as all fakeness?
It's an old photo.
It could be a fake old photo. We're an old fake photo.
Well, I could take a picture of my dick and you'd say it was fake because it's so big, but it would be real.
Yeah, but it sort of looks like an exposition trick.
That was one.
This is the one that things that have always fascinated me with conspiracies. They just reinforce themselves, you know. And the crazier they are, the more fact you throw at it, and the more they grow. It's really a fascinating phenomenon. It shows that if you really want to believe in something, there is literally nothing you can do or say in order to change those people's minds.
I don't know. Well, we got on this because I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I try to be as skeptical as I can, but I think there becomes a point where you kind of just have to shrug your shoulders and say, I don't know, because, like I said, you can discount a lot of this stuff outright. There's a lot like Bigfoot and a lot of this stuff you can just discount. But then there's other stuff. There's other stuff where you're like, I don't know.
No, but I understand. I agree with you. But I'm talking about the crazy
about talking about people who are determined whether they're conspiracy theorists or what religious not, who are so determined to believe, X, Y, Z. Because a lot of the same psychological defenses that musicians employ and conspiracy theorists are the same thing. There's not much difference.
Yeah. You have to come up with something which is completely implausible, put up 2 or 3 random facts and use them as support of your theory, and that's pretty much it. Actually, one of the best ones, in my opinion, is not really UFO stuff like that. But there is actually people believing that there is a hollow Earth and people living inside it.
That one's old, but it won't die.
Ever heard of the Honey Island monster, a cryptid?
No.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
That one's from Louisiana, and it's the result of of escaped chimps. From a zoo, they escaped, and they mated with crocodiles. And the hybrid is the Honey Island monster.
Someone not in
Well, there was anti-aircraft fire.
Yeah. And the Army, there's a news article that actually, Los Angeles Times,
hang on.
the alarm was real.
The alarm did indeed go off, but official sources said that it was a false alarm and jittery nerves. It happened during a blackout. Lights went out, so somebody freaked, started firing, so did everyone else. They weren't firing a damn thing, according to this. But I'm going to check more sources.
Yeah, but we keep checking, because look, these spotlights, there are like a dozen or half a dozen spotlights that are fixed on something. If you look at whether you believe the image in the spotlights or not, they're all fixed at one point, which means that several different guys with controlling the spotlights saw something there and were fixing their spotlights on it, and we were throwing artillery at it, and they never found anything, or they never said that they found anything.
What are you referencing? The name of the incident.
Well,
Battle of Los Angeles.
That too might be explained. I don't know if you ever done the trick when you're walking on the road in the city with 2 or 3 friends and you start pointing at the building, and after 30 seconds, people they're all looking at the same spot and there is nothing at all. So It's not difficult to believe, you know.
These are trained military personnel.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know.
A bunch
I
of
wasn't
stoners
there.
walking down the street, smoking a blunt, pointing at stupid crap, stupid shadows, or matrixing. Now, these
Well,
are trained military personnel, all fixing their spotlights on something solid because it's giving off a reflection. It's how you can see it. It's highlighted. It's shining in the light.
no, I understand. I'm not.
Look at all the anti-aircraft explosions going on around it.
No, you know what I mean is that I understand. I'm not trying to ridicule it. You know what I'm saying is that
aircraft explosions. Those are just what the shots look like in the air. We should remember that from the varied wars that we've seen televised.
the situation over there. I think the situation over there was, you know, sketchy enough, and I don't know. I mean, I know of a lot of World War II episodes where they actually, you know, people were shooting at stuff and leveling out, you know, pieces of land when there was nothing in it. So, I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised. You know, I don't say that's the best explanation, but you know, it has happened. So, yeah, I see your point, but I wouldn't be that surprised. Let me put it this way.
The problem is the sites that I'm seeing are like real UFO everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for a site that isn't a whack job site, and that's kind of a problem.
I just can't see how you get to the conclusion it's a UFO from that picture. I mean, you can guess there's probably something. It's likely there's something, but yeah, there's no way to determine what that thing is.
Well, the association has changed. It's like, you know, people make the mistake of saying, you know, forgetting what the U means in UFO. And
Yeah, it's unidentified.
Right. It's unidentified. Yeah, that's what it is.
I have a theory, and
UFO means alien now is actually what I was getting
well,
into.
it shouldn't.
You know what I mean?
But
no, I know it shouldn't.
no,
but I'm
the
just saying,
reason why
that's the way it works.
and I have a good explanation of why we don't get good pictures of these things, because where I work, we use very powerful electromagnets to propel certain roller coasters. And all of the security cameras and all of the observation cameras we have, whenever those stator motors fire up, they all go blurry, and they look a lot like the images that I see. Yeah, with these UFO images, the ones that I think might be credible or might be some genuine unidentified craft. And I'm not saying that they're alien. They could be. They could just be aircraft that the public doesn't know about, and that's what I think most of these photos are, because of their location. And that's what this photo reminds me of, is that it's this weird, distorted. It looks like electromagnetic interference.
Yeah, it is also true that, you know, well, it doesn't happen on film. Even if there is less and less film being shot now. But the thing is that if there is such a powerful electromagnetic source that far away, and it makes some interference with your camera the way you are, it will probably also kill you, you know? So
No, because you can go right next to these stator motors while they're firing, and that doesn't harm you.
No, what I mean is that if it pulls out such a big electromagnetic field from that distance, and it affects your camera if it's standing 2 kilometers away, I mean, there would be other consequences. You know, not only the fact that you're taking fuzzy pictures. But,
what sort of camera are you using?
That's not a photo.
Well, I mean, what sort of camera are you using?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you use a camera with
so that's a question. Like, what sort of camera is he using that's getting messed up by, like, these electromagnets? Like a digital camera?
I don't know.
It's not a photo.
No. There's various types. There's 3 different generations of cameras.
Yeah, but are they digital cameras?
No. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
It's
Because
not
the
a
digital
photo.
cameras, you put that by an electromagnet, electronics,
Well,
electromagnetic.
even the old analog cameras, the first generation analog cameras, like in the Q lines and stuff, show the same kind of distortion when the motors fire.
That's not a photo, though. It's a
What?
mock-up of the paper. It's not a photo.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
photo that they're showing in that article, it's not that quote photo. That's not a photo.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It looked like exposition effects.
Yeah, that's a mock-up of it. That's not a photo.
Well, how do you know this?
I can tell by looking at it. It's the angles. It's the perspective of it. It's if you look at the structure of the hills in the front and some of the flora that it's attempting to show there with relation to the building in the background. It looks more like a lighthouse than anything else. The scale's wrong. That and the way that the lighting's done, that's not what spotlights would actually look like in a photo. It's just completely wrong. That and perspective's a little bit off. And the way that they drew the spotlights in the back so that they actually faded as they got near the object, as opposed to the other ones that are quite clear.
Yeah, this image is definitely Photoshop.
Yeah, that's not a photo. It's yeah.
It predates Photoshop.
it might
but
predate.
They're
Yeah.
exposition effects. Like you can do these things, these tricks with exposition in a dark room, and where you develop film.
Oh yeah. Control more. Well, it's like pre-Photoshop. You control certain elements of the light that's already there, and you emphasize more.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pre-Photoshop. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, or you literally just expose it to a different light source before you develop your film image.
Exactly.
Those almost look.
It says the photo appearing in the Los Angeles Times, 26th February 1942.
All right. See how the two of the dot. What are the little dots? Is that what the whole point is? What are these little white dots?
No.
The center thing is what they're shining
Yeah.
on. The little white dots just look like lens flare stuff. Almost like. Interesting how they overlap.
It was a practice back in the day when they couldn't get an actual image of something to doctor one up. For stories that they wanted to have on the cover, they needed a picture. And all it takes is somebody to make a fake and promote it and sell it, and yeah.
Or it's not just to make a fake, to see it in all ignorance and just instantly come to the conclusion of what they think it is, and then you're off the next meme. But to find out later, oh well, actually no, we know about this. Look this up. Eventually. But do we have any kind of reference other than just this photo? I mean, where's the history? There's got to be some. Stories and all this.
There were 6 casualties. All of them were on the ground. There were a couple buildings that were shot up. Some people reported one object. Some people were reporting fleets of objects. All that's known is that there was a bunch of freaking out, a lot of searchlights going around, and anti-aircraft fire randomly in the sky.
Huh.
False alarm brought on by war nerves, according to Frank Knotts, the secretary in that region. Since then, a bunch of people are calling it everything from a balloon to UFO to whatever. They were, of course, on high alert, freaking out, and just sure that the Japanese were going to attack them at any time.
Yeah, it was 3 months after we entered World War II.
Yeah. But the Japanese were like, dude, we didn't have any planes there. What are you talking about?
Variation, the personal accounts contribute contribute little to solving the mystery. Some saw a large object in the sky. Some saw many smaller objects. Reports of the object's altitude range significantly. But this particular source is citing on that they think that there might have been something there, just because of the volume of witnesses. Of course, if you're all freaked out in a blackout and there are people putting all these spotlights in the sky and you see anti-aircraft guns, you're going to see something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too inconclusive. I must remain skeptical on that one.
Yeah, I'm skeptical too.
Do you have you talked about one in Mexico? Do you have the do you have a link for that one?
Yeah, let me look for it.
It's pretty cool. Let's get back to world peace or something on there. What the fuck is this thing doing for me? Abort.
However, there is not a Snopes article on it, so who knows?
What?
There isn't even a Snopes article on it, so I have no clue.
What's that mean?
Snopes is a site that debunks things, and if something is, whether it be true or false, they will say, you know, this urban legend is true, this one's false, blah, 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 but they don't have anything on it, so who the hell knows? I like going to them to get their breakdown and analysis of things, but they don't seem to have it. How many ships are you flying? Is that still one ship?
Yeah, I landed the one, and now instead of going to the moon, I'm just going all out. I'm going out to fucking Jupiter, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Like it, you know?
What's the latest version of KSP now?
We are on 0.23.5.
Wow.
I'm keeping a copy of every one. I started at 0.17, so each time a new one comes out, I create a new folder and, you know, keep all my mods separate for each game version. Theoretically, in the end, I'll have a nice archive. Whatever that's worth to the geeks of the future. Well, I actually got a insertion here, an encounter. I mean, how the fuck did I do that? Oh well. I don't even know what I'm doing. This is crazy.
You don't know what you're doing?
Well, kinda. Like, I mean, this ring, you know, that's where I'm going. And
you know, I just always like hearing. I don't have any idea what I'm doing from the captain of whatever ship, you know.
Exactly. We'll figure it out as we go. Hey, it's almost working.
It's
I managed to blow up 2 of my crew in a boarding action just before the final battle, so I'm completely screwed here.
Did you do a quick save anytime soon?
You can't save. It's rogue.
Oh, I see. Like,
I mean, if you save,
ever,
you quit to the desktop. If you load up, like, you play again until you die. You expect to die.
I see. It's that type of game. That's cool. Encounter, escape. I gotta figure out how.
But I kicked ass this round. I got very lucky, and I got like 2. I bought one, and I picked one up in space off of like I don't even know what, some salvage mission. That 2 burst lasers, which aren't like the most damaging weapons, but they're really, really efficient, and they're good at smashing down shields. So I got 2 of those. I got a transporter pad, and like I mentioned that I had, you know, a menagerie of different aliens, including one made of rock and one made of silicon. So like we would just shoot down their shields and send over the people made of like hard minerals to board their ship, and they'd bring bombs and punch the crap out of anything they came up against. Nothing really can fight them. So yeah, conquering space.
I see that. You're conquering space, and then we have Evitable just trying to navigate it.
Oh my god, there's too much stuff.
And those are very angry-looking asteroids. They're coming to get you.
They're everywhere. I fast-forwarded through a lot, and a bunch of them hit the planet, and I was like, see all these trajectories?
Well, the premise of space, of this game, is you have to...
Not die?
Well, the idea is that your ship has got information about the secret weapon of the oncoming, you know, rebel. They're the rebels. You're the Federalists, or like actually no, you're the who the hell am I? Yeah, we're the Federation. So the rebels are the bad guys, the Federation are the good guys, and they're coming with like a massive fleet and an invincible battle platform, like their Death Star. And you're like, you've got the R2 unit with the secret battle plans for how to beat the thing, and you have to get back to your fleet. So like the whole idea is that you're basically running from left to right as the fleet is approaching. So each map, you basically have a limited amount of time on each map, and of course you have food or fuel in this game, and if you run out of it, you die like in Rogue.
Okay.
Or you're almost certainly going to die because like the oncoming wave of rebel ships is going to arrive. And in the current version, in the old version, like it just meant that you had to fight a really tough encounter. In this version, you have to fight a really tough encounter while occasionally parts of your ship are blowing up because like the rest of the fleet is like opening fire with like fleet batteries on your little ship. But I made it all the way to the end where you actually have to fight this terrible red orbiting ship, and that is their flagship. So yeah. I have to get my way across the sector and finally engage it and hopefully kill it after I've managed to kill off 2 of my own crew. So.
Well, in this case, I was talking about the massive number of asteroids that are trying to kill Evitable.
Oh.
You have this nice, cute little planet, and you have this massive ring of asteroids that are just waiting to eat him up.
I can't even tell what the fuck's going on. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just see all these lines.
That's what it looks like from here.
Remove all nodes. Let's try this again. Oh, I see. I think
Better to remove all nodes and remove all nudes. We need those.
We need those. So we'll roll with it. Let's see what happens. Oh shit! Well, he ain't gonna make it. Look at this over here. Food. I only got 113 days worth of food and oxygen and all that stuff. He's gonna die before he gets there.
I was about to crack a joke because we had 19 people watching this lame ass shit, but then 3 of them left. I don't know. Maybe they had the right idea. I don't know. But
we fast forward. Oh my gosh! I'm at full speed time.
Put the link to that.
Okay. Well, I can't check links during the stream, unfortunately.
That fleets over Mexico thing.
Oh. Is that weird thing that they keep mentioning weird dots that are way up there that nobody can tell what they're supposed to be or something like this little... Yeah, I think I've heard that one.
Yeah, there's pictures and there's video cam footage. There's also... I also found the Mexico Army released cockpit footage that they're claiming were 11 UFOs that were trailing one of their fighters, or a pair of fighters.
Yeah, I think those weird little dots and whatnot are just a bunch of really, really high people down there that are just floated off.
What now?
Making a Mexican drug cartel joke. People that got too high and floated off.
Okay.
You are tired, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Fabio,
one of them is Lucy and the rest are diamonds.
Fabio, holy crap, that's a lot of light.
Oh yeah.
The sun just finished coming up, I take it.
Well, no, it's actually 11 a.m. here, so it's fully on.
Oh, okay. Well, the light's certainly streaming in there. You look like you're glowing. You're an angel.
You. It's good for my solar panels, so yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, I want to get some of those eventually.
Oxygen, food.
It's on my list of things to be able to afford someday.
Yeah, I put so many of them on the roof that they actually fill the old what is that, south facade. I had to put them also on the east side. So
yeah, I have a tree or two I might have to cut down before dealing with that. But I can't even afford the panel, so who gives a shit right now?
Well, that's a good thing. We had a buyback program, stuff like that here in Italy, where they actually give you back 50% of the investment in 10 years through tax exemptions.
Yeah, we have kind of a similar thing here. I still can't afford the panels, though.
Yeah. No, I understand, but I mean, the way we did it, actually, we put more panels than we needed, because the delta is not that big. We actually needed four bats of panel to cover the need, but we put 6. because the delta from 4 to 6 is not that big. So it was convenient for us to put more in order to, well, we get 50% out of with tax exemption in 10 years. And hopefully the part that we actually produced more energy than we need, we sell it back on the network, and that part should cover the other 50%. So, I mean, if our calculations are right, it will be completely it will be a zero money thing. So
sounds pretty good.
For the first 10 years, and then in the other 15 years, we don't have the tax exemption, but we choose. I mean, we still have the energy which we put in the network, so they should pay us actually. I don't know.
That's the kind of thing that I'm hoping to eventually be able to get set up here, so that I can just feed the electricity back up the line.
Yeah.
I'm a bit leery of that because at least in Canada, we had some problems, notably in Ontario, where they just wouldn't let you hook up to the system, to the network, to let you sell the electricity, and or they'd make you pay foot the bill for bringing special wiring to hook up, and I don't know. So
they tried to legislate the shit out of you, in other words.
Yeah. Because you don't really need that.
You know?
Yeah, they cap how much solar you can actually get down here in Texas. So there's a maximum number of kilowatt hours, blah blah blah. So I mean, even when you are selling up, you're not selling much.
Yeah, and also I don't know about the infrastructure in Canada, but I got serious doubts that you need a special cabling to actually put back the energy in the network. I mean, it's not that you're like running a nuclear reactor and you're putting out gigawatts of.
I know, but that was the subject of a investigative show in Canada. You know, like a 60 minutes, a Canadian 60 minutes, if you will. And basically, they were exposing this fact that they were doing this to this community of farmers that had set up their electricity that way in order to make their farms more profitable. But the way they do in Germany and they do in many other countries in Europe, and they just wouldn't have any of it. But I'm sure that has changed because that was at least 10 years ago. So, I mean, that information has to be outdated, or at least I hope it is.
Yeah. No, it's funny. In Italy, actually, you have a lot of problems, and I don't think you can do it anymore if you want to store the energy. About some years ago, you could either choose to put back the energy back in the network or put big batteries, basically, and store the energy. And that second way, I don't think you can do it anymore. So you're actually forced to sell it back. They pay you less about it, but the price is basically state mandate. It's the same price that the energy networks buy it from centrals, from energy centrals. So without taxes. So it's a little bit less, but still it's good. You know?
Yeah, well, here, I know that you can have a, you have a battery array, and the way it works here is that if you're producing more electricity than you're using, then it charges your batteries, and then once your batteries are charged, then it backfeeds the grid.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a lot of commotion about how how much the water and power companies were paying for it, and I think in California they passed legislation saying that say you're producing more energy than your home is consuming during peak hours. Now they have different rates here in California depending on when you're using the electricity. Like it's cheap, electricity is cheaper here at night, and it's more expensive during the day. So the electric companies were getting away with, paying people the nighttime rate when they were producing extra electricity during the day. And I guess they changed the legislation to where now you get whatever rate they're charging at the time that you're backfeeding is what they reimburse you.
Yeah. No, here it's different actually. We still have two different prices. Well, no, it depends on the contract that you make basically. But
Yeah.
the most common one is that you have two different prices during the day and during the night.
Yeah.
But the price of the energy that you put back in the network, it's kind of fixed price. So it's
I think that sucks because I think, you know, if there's a peak time where electricity is worth more money than some other time, and you're producing extra electricity, you should get that peak rate. You know.
Well, yeah, I know. From the point of view, yeah, I understand it makes sense. But you know, from the point of view, it's not that the energy you put back in the network is like immediately used. You know, so I mean, I can make up energy during the day and they store it and they put it back during the night. So it would be kind of I mean, they will screw you anyway. You know, with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, because they still want to make money off of it somehow.
Yeah, so in a way, I think, while it would be better the way that you say, given the fact that they still can screw you, I think that having a kind of a fixed price or a standard price, regardless, it makes it's easier for me to to calculate actually how much money I'm making out of it and make those kind of calculations. So it's better than being kicked in the balls. So.
Yeah.
Those are the only two choices? That or being kicked in the balls?
Well, if I don't know about you guys where you live, but I've came to the conclusion that when you're dealing with these kind of corporation and those are really the only two options.
Well, a lot of people wear big old work boots in Texas, and usually steel-toed. So yeah, avoid the balls.
Well, the thing about the problem here in Southern California is that we get our power from Edison and from the Department of Water and Power, and there's also CG&E up north. But the problem we're having is that they keep raising our rates, and it's not because of energy demands. It's because of the union contracts that these power workers signed for their pensions and their retirement, or
in other words, it's about maintaining a profit margin.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah, and it's basically they're raising our rates in order to pay all these pensions and all these health plans and all these perks, and it has nothing really to do with the supply and demand. It has more to do with politics and union contracts. So that's what's driving people here to go solar. That's
the bad thing about privatizing certain sectors of this is really the bad the bad situation about privatizing certain sectors like energy or communications and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of damned if you're due.
I think profit's gonna kill us all.
Yeah.
Well, I picked a good trade. I mean, I'm glad I'm an electrician because that's something that will always be in demand as electricians. So.
Yeah. But I think there are some sectors that, well, they shouldn't be privatized, or they should be done with really careful laws. Like health, for example, because when you get to it's not like going out and buying bread. There is a lot of offer, but when it comes to energy or to health, you don't really have too much choice at the moment in the spot, depending on where you live and depending where your situation is. So you might get stuck up in a de facto monopoly, and they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, it's not a coincidence. Exactly, it's not a coincidence that the things that are necessity in life are the very things that are the biggest involved with with the scheme, with the profit margin, with the biggest companies or whatever. Because those are the things we need over and over again, and that's what profit is. It's
No, yeah,
it's based on turnover. So basically, just to sum up my point of view from the last conversation, we talked about technology and stuff, is that in a sentence is basically, in a way, technology is the enemy of profit because it's by definition does the opposite of what profit seeks. Profit seeks scarcity. It seeks service, not completion, not resolution. Because the moment you resolve something, you can't sell a product for that. Or for instance, the more efficient you make something, the less turnover you have. So basically, when you see a solar panel that costs, once you rate out the power and all this and that, and it ends up costing 3 times as much as whatever the coal burning equivalent would be or whatever. Well, once you break it down, you realize that it's not because the materials used in that piece of technology, it actually goes, that makes it more expensive. Actually, in most cases, the materials used are even more efficient themselves and even cheaper to make that more efficient technology. So it's on twofold, more efficient in one way and cheaper to make on the other. So now think about it. Now they're still charging you 3 times more. Well, why do they do that? Well, it's because it's 3 times more efficient. That means you're going to be buying 3 times less amount of stuff. Turnover. So basically, by definition, the indifferent selfish gain of the profit system, the profit mechanism, is absolutely parasitic to all of us, to everyone, because it has no end in sight. It must think short term. It can't think long term because it'll be undercut and then you won't be there. So all these things apply. But the basic thing to remember is that of technology. Technology is going to change everything. It already is. It's the only thing that really ever has changed anything on a major scale, and it's going to make some very profound effects to. It already is. The jobs aren't coming back.
Yeah.
More scarce.
A few years ago, I looked into what it would cost to build a solar panel at the equivalent kilowatt output of what the market was selling, and I figured that I could build them for about half price myself, and have the same output as the commercial ones, but the equipment that usually gets bundled in with the system was outrageously expensive.
Right, things you can't build yourself, like transformers and batteries and.
Well, no, you can. Yeah, it's the charge controller. Because you have to have a charge controller and you have to have an inverter, because the solar panels put out DC.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, right.
So, and then the charge controller is what controls how you charge your batteries.
Well, see, in a market system, that's great. The more complicated you can make it, the better. The more products you got to sell. The longer you can make that cable, the better. So on and so forth. I mean, think about this. Like, the first electric car was invented in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at the world from an economic point of view, so to speak, I said jokingly almost earlier, I said if I were to label myself, we all choose to label ourselves by different ways or whatever. And often in these discussions with this group, it's generally atheist theist. But if I were to actually look at what has the most effect on us, I would have to label myself by that, and it has something to do with economics.
Yeah.
I mean, it absolutely governs all of our lives. The joke is you're free, but you're only as free as your purchasing power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know, but the technology thing is so important because 3 words, profits based on scarcity, inefficiency, and turnover. But what does technology do? It produces abundance, efficiency, and sustainability. They're paradigm opposites. Okay, so think about now here's a specific scenario. Think about like right now is a perfect example when the economy's bad, so jobs are scarce. Why are jobs scarce? Well, companies have to cut corners. If you've ever been a manager or above in a company, you know that labor is probably your most expensive thing. Labor management. Next would be your product, like food, for instance, if you work in a restaurant. so on and so forth down the line. So therefore, money gets tight in a tightening economy, and so jobs are lost, things are condensed. Well, you know, the companies have to do this because it's full circle, you know what I mean? So think about where technology really applies, not necessarily at a restaurant, but manufacturing. For, you know, absolutely, you can see the mechanization hit the manufacturing industry across the world. It's just insane. This is why they have to take manufacturing jobs overseas and for 10 cents a day, because damn, like $15 an hour compared to 10 cents a day, and then on top of it, you've got. But now people don't even understand certain things about mechanization when it comes to automation, like the machines that can be fully programmed through touchscreen interfaces, fully robots that have the arms and can see what, so they can be trained real time, just like you set something in front of it, you grab the arm and you put it, and then you say position A, and you grab the arm, you put it over your position. So there's no programming at all. It's like GUI interface with a robot. The things cost $15,000, a third of what a salary costs. The things come with like 20, not 20. They'll probably last 20 years of maintenance for sure, but they come with like 5-year warranties. They don't require brakes. They produce stuff at 100 times the rate of a human being. It just goes on and on. It's actually, the term has been coined. It's called ephemeralization. By Buckminster Fuller, the ability to do more and more with less and less. But the thing is, pretty much all of our social institutions don't change fast enough. They don't see this change. So, you know, we set ourselves and buy certain things. Anyway, technology, very important. It's the paradigm opposite of everything. Ultimately, property is ultimately based on, and the moment you say property, you start questioning that, people call you Marx, and socialist or whatever. But no, fuck all that shit. I don't give a shit about labels. I want to break labels. I want to see the structure, the intrinsic nature of things. I want to see how it relates systemically. The causal nature of these relationships. Who cares? Don't get caught up in the fucking labels. Reality is a continuum. The labels are finite. That's where the confusion lays. Sorry, I'll stop running. Technology's awesome. It can change everything. Labor for income. The jobs are not coming back. I think the answer actually is to get rid of jobs as fast as possible, automate everything we can, update it to green technology. Well, obviously the market would have to crash. So, see, we're not limited by ideas ultimately. It's like our technology. I'm not talking about future stuff, like things on the horizon that would be possible. I'm talking about stuff that's either
hang on. Inevitable?
Yeah.
Slow down.
What's up?
Take a breath.
Oh, okay.
Take a second breath. Now speak at a normal rate. Thank you.
Yeah, I was ranting. It's starting.
Yes.
Actually,
I appreciate that.
While he's taking a breath, I'd just like to bow out. I've managed to blow up my crew on the way to glory, but we unlocked the third configuration for the human ship. Swallow.
Yay!
Okay. It's weird. It comes with this little alien that I guess he's new to this expansion, and he literally sucks all the air out of the room. I don't know if you can see that, but like the engineering section is like red and like off red. Like that just means there's no oxygen in the room. And like I guess if I put him in another room, he'll like suck all the air out of that room too. He's anaerobic, which I guess makes life with him on board interesting. And the ship starts with the cloning bay, so like
yeah, he does suck the air out of it. Weird.
That's just crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, engineering is his.
I guess
his domain. No one goes back there.
I hope the other one goes back to normal.
I hope the engine doesn't blow up.
Yeah. As long as this room is working, like it'll recycle all. I mean, you can open an airlock out to space, and like if there's fire going somewhere in the ship, like you just do that, and it sucks all the air out of the room, and like the fire goes out.
Bizarre.
Or you can fight it manually. If you have those rock guys, they can just walk right into the middle of it, and they don't care. They just jump up and down until it goes out.
Yeah, they're rock.
Yeah, they're cool with it.
Nice. Just fun.
And yeah, a cloning bay, which is also new gear. So anytime your guys die, they can come back, but they're a little bit less good at what they were doing because they're like a backup. They don't have the latest information that the live version had. They're like they have to back up to like the the week before skills, so they're not quite as skilled up as the live version was. But it's a fun little game if you're into roguelikes. It's infinitely replayable because every time you jump into it, it's a completely random map.
What's it called?
FTL, Faster Than Light. It recently got like an update, and the update was completely free. Like I bought this game 3 years ago, and they made an expansion for it basically, and they just gave it away for free, which is pretty cool. It's a good company.
That's awesome.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna.
But yes, I am off. Thank you very much for having me in.
That's great, man.
And holding
Great.
the hangout.
And actually, I'm probably going to be cutting out in a moment.
And my insomnia feels like it's just about over.
Yep.
Thank you for being such a gracious host.
Indeed.
Yes, it's been great.
Yeah, I got to cut out in a little bit because wifey's going to get up in a little bit, so I better be in bed ready to cuddle when she does. I know, such a sacrifice.
I've been here all night, baby.
Oh, she knows better than that. She knows my insomnia.
You still gotta lie to her.
Nah.
Why bother?
All right, guys.
I stayed up to make sure I could cuddle. That's more like it.
Yeah. That would give you some points.
Yeah.
Hey, Prudent, you still there?
You get half credit. All right. Good night, fellas.
Night.
Oh, Prudent, are you still there?
He's out.
I think he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Yoink, gone.
There you go.
Well, I hate when somebody falls asleep in a hangout and they wake up the next morning and the hangout's still there. And you know, at that point, since the hangout's still open, there's like 18 people that weren't initially invited that somehow managed to get in or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Well, Faithless, it was good to meet you. To speak of
Likewise.
We popped your hangout cherry. That's always a fun thing to do.
Indeed, I don't feel so violated. I thought it'd be... They said the first time was a lot worse than that.
Well, not when it's one of my hangouts. No, when I'm doing the insomnia thing, it's usually pretty freeform. Now, of course, the conversation that led up to that was preceding this was a little bit more, but you know, that was actually kind of fun too. You missed a good solid rant.
Yeah, I wasn't home yet then. You know.
But that's okay. And seeing as we have somebody referencing Deepak Chopra, I think it's a good time to end this because ick.
Oh man, no.
Because the wisdom of consciousness.
Oh yeah. I'll tell him. I'd like to tell him where to stick his